Hello friends. So in the last video we learned about the conditional statements, that is if else and if else ladder. So what we'll be doing in today's video is we'll be solving some problems based on the conditional statements. So let us start with the first problem. So it has been given to us that there are three numbers which user will be entering through keyboard, and out of these three numbers, the greatest number has to be returned by the program. So program should tell you which one is the greatest. So let's say I am having three numbers a, b and c. So if I check that whether a is more than b, and if a comes out to be greater than b, then again I have to check that and whether a is also more than c. So if a is more than b and a is also more than c, so if a is more than b and a is also more than c, that means your a is maximum. But if so happens that a comes out to be less than b, that means b becomes more than a, then in that case, that means this condition becomes false. Then in that case you have to check that whether b is greater than c or not. So if b is greater than c and this becomes true, then obviously b will be maximum. And if neither a is more than b nor b is more than c, then it becomes obvious that c is maximum. So this is a very simple logic for checking whether out of three numbers entered by the user, which one is maximum. So let us write a program. Let's say I have three numbers a, b and c, and let us enter these numbers. So enter a, b and c, and then scanf. Now these are integers, so percentage d, percentage d, percentage d at the address of a, at the address of b, at the address of c. Now comes the logic. If a is more than b, if a is more than b, as well as and a is also more than c. So if a is more than b as well as a is also more than c, then you have to say that a is maximum. So this is maximum. So what is this? This is a. A will come in place of percentage d. Now, if the condition becomes false at first, that means if a is less than b, then what? Then again you have to check whether b is now more than c. So if that is the case, then you will be saying that b is maximum. So b is maximum. So if neither a is more than b nor b is more than c, then it is very much obvious that c will be maximum. So that's it. This is a very simple logic. So let us run it. So now let us enter three numbers. Let's say 10, 2 and 5. So here I can see that at first 10 is more than 2. Yes, correct. Again it will be checking whether 10 is also more than 5. Yes, so it just printed a is maximum. Let us take another number. So let's say 10, 15 and 2. Here what is happening? Whether a, that is 10, is more than 15? No. So this condition becomes false. So the control will come to else if. So now again it will check whether b is more than c. Yes. So it will print that 15 is maximum. And let us take the last condition. Let us take again three numbers. Let's say 10, 15 and 19. Here a is less than b, so this condition becomes false. Is b more than c? No. So that's why the control comes here and it will print that c, that is 90, will be maximum. So in this way, this particular program is made. Okay. So let us move to a different problem. So here you have to write user input program using suitable if statement to find the roots of the quadratic equation and check whether they are real and equal, real and unequal, or imaginary. So if you look the problem for any quadratic equation, the general expression is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And the roots of this equation are, there will be two roots, so these two will be minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. And now this particular thing which is inside the bracket is called as discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac. And you know, if anything inside the square root comes out to be negative, then that becomes imaginary. So therefore, if discriminant is less than 0, then roots will be imaginary. Again, if discriminant comes out to be 0, then what? If this portion becomes 0, then both the roots will be having a value of minus b by 2a. So roots are real and equal. And the value of roots will be, in that case, it will be x1 and x2 both will be equal, and they will be having magnitude of minus b by 2a. So if neither it is discriminant is less than 1, nor it is more, nor it is 0, so that is obvious that discriminant is going to be more than 0. Else what? Roots will be real and unequal, and then the roots in that case will be the x1 will be minus b plus square root of b square. Let me write square root of b by 2a, and the second root will be minus b plus, sorry, minus discriminant divided by 2a. So in this way we can work. So let us write the program for it. Three numbers, that is okay. Now let me remove this. Okay. So what we'll be doing first, we will be evaluating the discriminant. So let us say, and in the quadratic equation, it is never ever known to us that whether it doesn't, because we cannot say that these are integers only, they can be float. So the better option is to make them float. So let's say I'm interested in finding out the roots of x square minus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. And you know, if you factorize this, you will be getting roots as 4 and another root as 1. So here a is 1, b is minus 5, and c is 4. So first make it float, and as well as discriminant, you declare discriminant also here. Now apart from this, the format specifiers need to be changed. So f, and now comes b. Now what is d? It is b square. And now let us use power function, that is b square. For that, what is required? Math module is required. So b square minus 4a and c. That's it. So now if the discriminant is going to be less than 0, then you will be printing that the roots are imaginary. Okay. Now what else? If the discriminant is 0, then they are imaginary. Else if, you have to check whether discriminant is 0 or not. So if the discriminant is going to be 0, then in that case we have to print that the roots are real. Let me copy this. So the roots are real and equal, and if they are real and equal, then you have to evaluate the roots. So what are roots? Let me define these roots as r1 and r2. So here r1 will be equal to r2, and that will be equal to minus b, let's take this minus outside, minus b by 2a, and then you have to print these. So printf root 1 is equal to percentage f, and the new line, and this is r1. Let us only print two places after decimal. This is r1 and then r2. So this root will be equal to r2. Okay, now done. So if discriminant is 0, then the roots will be real and equal, having magnitude this only. Else, neither it is less nor 0, so that means it is having positive values. So what I can say, that the roots are real and unequal, and the roots will be having value. So it is minus b, so let's take minus inside, minus b plus sqrt square root of discriminant by 2a, and the another one will be minus of it. That means this side it is minus. So that's it. The program is over, done. So first you have declared the variables, then you have entered the coefficients of x square. A is coefficient of x square, b is coefficient of x, and c is the constant. Then you evaluated discriminant, and now you are checking it. If discriminant is less than 0, then roots are imaginary. If it is 0, roots are real and equal, and the roots value will be this same. And if the roots are, if neither the discriminant is less nor it is 0, then it should be more than 0. Then that means roots will be unequal and real, and the roots will be minus b plus square root of discriminant by 2a, and this. And finally printing it. So let us run this. So enter a, b, and c. So in our parent problem, the equation was x square minus 5x plus 4. So a is 1, b is minus 5, and c is 4. So a 1, b was minus 5, and c was 4. So the output of this particular should come as 4 and 1. So it is coming as 0. What is the problem? Let us check where we have done it, where we have done wrong. So in both the cases, so it is this. Yeah, this is the problem. We have copied this, but we have not assigned it to some R2. Initially, R2 was declared, but it was not having anything. It was having some garbage. So that garbage was getting printed. Now, if we run this, so it is 1 minus 4 and what's 5. Sorry, it was equation was x square minus 5x plus 4. Okay, so it is 1 minus 5 and 4. So now you can see you are getting roots as 4 and 1. So in this way you can use conditional statements to check that whether this is okay. Now there is mistake in this program. The mistake is you are saying if, then what? So again you have to check. So that means you should be using else if here. This is not exactly a mistake, because what will happen, this will check whether it is less than 0. So if not, then again it has to check. So it is better to use else if ladder. So in this way you can make the program. Okay. So in this lecture till this point only. In the next video what we'll be doing is we will be using again using this conditional statements to solve the remaining two programs. So in this lecture till this point only, thank you very much for watching.